Hi everyone, hey, this is Leigh. I'm coming to you live from Santiago. You can probably hear the noise out on the street. Things are beginning to pick up for St. James Week. And I just wanted to say thank you for listening to the show. And I wanted to let you know that coming up next is a very special episode. And in fact, over the next several weeks, I will be posting episodes featuring the John Brierley Docuseries. This is a joint project that Patti, Silva, and I did with John. The docuseries is divided into several short chapters. Here's the first one. I hope you enjoy it. And please remember, if you want to watch the beautiful video version filmed in Santiago, please visit the Camino Cafe podcast YouTube channel. Now let's get to it.
I'm John Brierley. The Camino as a path of awakening from fear to love.
John, the Camino is a path for awakening. Can you talk a little bit about why that is?
Yes, surely. I mean, to me, that's, a classic definition of a pilgrim route. So it applies absolutely to the Camino. All traditions have within them mystical traditions and religious traditions, the idea that somehow we fell asleep, and therefore we have to accept that if we need to awaken. In order to find our true self, we have to let go of the false self. So in this process of awakening, we first have to acknowledge that we are lost, that we are asleep. Otherwise, there's nowhere to go. That's the starting point. And if we look at the Buddhist tradition, the word the Buddha means the awakened one. To find our Buddha nature, we need to awaken. The Christian tradition has within it the lovely story of Adam, and a great sleep came across Adam. And nowhere in the great book is there any reference to Adam waking up. Now, if we have that as a starting point, what's this got to do with the Caminos? Well, the Caminos take us out of our ordinary state, the consensus reality, what we're familiar with. And it throws us sort of into a mystery. We don't know the other people that are around us. We don't know the route. Everything is different. Everything is slightly strange. And we might, as we walk along, suddenly find we're not even sure who we are ourselves. So, this sense of a lostness and not knowing comes to the fore. And in a way, what we need to somehow accept is that at some stage we have to let go everything that we thought we knew. We have to empty out in order to create space for new awareness, new consciousness to drop in. We can't open up to the new by just stuffing in new stuff into an already overcrowded mind. It can't work that way. So the Camino is a path of awakening. It starts by emptying out. And it's the perfect vehicle for that, because as we walk along the route, it takes, however many weeks we have. If you start in Budapest, it's going to take you 3 months. There's a lot of emptying out to be done in that amount of time. And slowly, as we go along, all the preconceived notions, all the prejudices that we were brought up with, all the conditioning of our minds begins to let go. It begins to dissipate. And in that then open space, new insights can drop in, a new awareness, an awakening happens, but only once we've emptied out the old. And that's the in a sense, the crucial place is the emptying out. That's it, it's the emptying out in order for space for awakening to happen.